places. To all of our places. Okay, I'm going to share this out right at your food. I'm so sorry. Okay, guys. I always wait for a few people to pop on. So, let's see here. Let's see here. All right, we're going to share this out. It is 3 p.m. EST. I am rarely live at 3 p.m. EST. But today is a different day. And when you guys are popping in, let us know in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let me just share this out. Let's see here, new announcements. Let me put this down here. Okay, we've got 4 people. Let me know if you are in the chat. And if you want to go get food and come back. I don't know, because I'm going to be live for like 30 minutes. Hello, Rhinestone. Oh, you're going to leave and go back. Okay, hold on one second then. All right, live.
CBS.
I love that. I love CBS. Live from Vegas. Okay, we're going to get this promoted out, guys. New seller spotlight. All right, if you guys are here, oh gosh, I deleted it. Oh, I'm gonna put this down. Hold on. All right, live. I know. Okay, once I promote that, we'll get a lot more people. Okay, cool. All right, well, we have 4 live viewers, so I'm just going to get us started because I know a ton of you are going to be popping in. But we are live here from Viva Las Vegas. Yes, Viva Las Vegas. I haven't heard anyone say that this entire time. And she has to leave, but some of you might remember the beautiful Desiree of the the Jewelry Resellers podcast. I like to say that it's the vintage jewelry, but it's everything. Yeah. And she's gonna pop on and say hello really fast. So those of you that watch the replay can say hello. Look who I found in person. Yes. What is the brooch? Can we talk about the brooch?
Oh, this is Juliana.
Yes. Shut the front door. Okay, get closer.
Actually, yes, this is like I think the second or third time I've worn it, and I always wear like a brooch when I wear a plain sweatshirt to kind of dress it up, jazz it up, right? So.
I have never seen a brooch on a sweatshirt. I can legitimately say it's always on a blazer.
Brooches are back.
I just broke my tripod. Oh, you know what? I got to. Sorry, guys.
Everybody dizzy.
I'm making you all dizzy. This is what happens when you fly with a tripod and then you don't use it. Oh, that's too funny. All right, there we go. Now it's nice and tight. Okay, made you guys dizzy. So, Desiree, tell me more about your presentation yesterday because we're both presenting, but Desiree presented yesterday. Hi, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Welcome in. What was your presentation about?
It was about becoming a multi-income reseller and teaching resellers to create multiple streams of income so you're not solely reliant upon doing the work of reselling in order to make money. So digital products, automating the process, just making money online.
Like you jewelry addicts do.
Yes, without having to actually sell stuff or ship stuff. So yeah, that's what we talked about yesterday.
And it was fantastic. So this, I feel like I need to there we go. Now you can kind of see both of us. So Desiree's presentation was fantastic. If you guys are following me on Instagram, I think I tagged you in a little snippet. If I didn't, then I'll repost something so you can see for yourself. And tell me more, what's been the other takeaway?
Really making the connections, meeting people has been amazing. I think that's been the highlight for me, just meeting people that I've seen online and have never met in person, or meeting new people that I didn't know and they didn't know me. That's the best part because you literally do, build relationships and make new friends that you're going to be friends with forever, and you learn about, how everybody is doing this. It's like we're all doing the same thing, but we're all doing it differently. So
What's been and I love that answer, and I totally agree. And meeting you in person has been amazing. If you guys don't remember, we interviewed Desiree of the Jewelry Resellers podcast on YouTube, and then she interviewed me on her YouTube channel. Thank you, Terry. She does look like she could be a model. Aww. That was the first thing I said to her. I was like, "You're even more beautiful in person." I can't take it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. We love you. Terry is one of our top customers, and she's so full of love and light here on District, and we are so grateful for you. Okay.
Thank you, Terry.
Final question before I let you go. What has been a resale tip that you've taken away from the Boss Reseller Remix that you would want to implement right away?
Gosh, there's been so many, but being willing to kind of stretch past what you think you can do.
Yeah.
And because people have been talking about some things where I never thought about that, but like it's really gonna, like I have to stretch, my thinking and like playing a bigger game. I guess that would be the best way to say it. Instead of playing small, not that we're purposely trying to do that, but just realizing we're capable of so much more. And I think that that's really important to just kind of stretch yourself. Try something different.
You want to say hi to my Vintage Jewelry Addicts community?
Hello, Vintage Jewelry Addicts.
This is Mike.
Yes, and we know each other.
You need a brooch on this.
I'm down. I take anything. Yeah, I'm fashionable. I got the matching
fashionable,
shirt.
Mike.
Yes, I met Samantha walking the runway. Yes, we walked the runway
That's
together.
right. We did walk the runway together.
We're co-models? Is that what you call it? Yes, co-models.
Yes.
That is our relationship.
That was 2 years ago in Vegas.
Yes, so much fun. You were so amazing when you spoke. You did a great job. And I was already a fan. Yeah, the graduation speech.
The graduation speech. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll stop hogging up your camera. Jewelry Addicts, thank you so much. Have fun.
This is Mikey Bags of Money.
Yes, Mikey Bags of Money, all platforms. Yeah. Except on Jewelry Addicts.
Except on Jewelry Addicts.
I got to get
Until
there.
you start.
I see the Facebook post, and you're always going live, and you hustle quite a bit.
That's what I told you. Have some
Yeah.
fantastic sellers.
Yeah, and she's always here. She's always there. Turning it up.
Here,
From
there,
coast to coast.
Here, there, everywhere.
Yes.
Here, there, everywhere.
All right. Well,
I agree, Terry. Oh my gosh, we love you, Terry. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Desiree, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to put it in the comments again. Reseller, I keep wanting to say vintage reseller, or
Jewelry
vintage jewelry,
Resellers
but it's just the Jewelry Reseller Podcast. Jewelry Reseller Podcast, and her handle is good, great, fabulous. Thank you so much. All right, I'll see you later.
Yes, I'll be back for your.
I'll see you later
for your talk.
Thank you so much. All right, guys. So we're live here from the Boss Reseller Remix. And you guys can find more information at bossresellerremix.com, or I'm sorry, resellerremix.com. But I wanted to talk about our new seller spotlight tonight. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my tripod so I'm not right in front of these lovely ladies going live. But we're doing a lunch break right now. So I thought that this would be a good time to kind of give you guys a little tour. We are at the Blind Center of Nevada, which is an incredible nonprofit supporting adults who have been blind since birth or who have gone blind with work skills and life skills. And as you can see, it is 2 awesome stories. We've had incredible presentations from numerous resellers in numerous categories, from selling on Walmart to building a Shopify store to, what else? It's been a little overwhelming. There's been so much information. We've even had some people share how resale has literally changed their lives. They were addicts, or they were living out of their cars, hardly making an income, and literally transformed their lives through the power of resale. And so I invite you guys, before we jump into announcing who is selling live tonight, our new sellers, for our new seller spotlight, which kicks off, I believe, at 6 p.m. EST. I am a few hours behind you guys on the West Coast, so I have to make sure I get my time zones right now. But I want to remind you guys that the power of resale can transform your lives in so many ways. And so sorry, excuse me. And thought I was out of everyone's way. I'm going to be right here. Can transform your lives in so many ways, and it can literally do a 360 and you're no 180. You want a 180 where I don't know where some of you guys are in your business, whether you're a collector, a seller, a buyer, or maybe you're a buyer and you want to be a seller. But it is so possible. Coming to a conference like this reminds you of that possibility, because a lot of us, we're doing this on our own. If we're sellers here in Vintage Jewelry Addicts, the beautiful thing about that is that we have other sellers to connect with, and we try to establish that here in Vintage Jewelry Addicts to build community. But when you actually go to an in-person event, in person, it's still so much better. You're able to feel someone's energy, become their friends, and know that if you just want to talk, if you just want to vent, if you need some help with something specific, that now you have that person because you were able to form that relationship in person. So I'm going to wrap there about the reseller remix. But this is the last day. It is in Las Vegas. I believe it is annual in the month of March. So start thinking about coming next year. I would love to have as many jewelry addicts as possible come to the reseller remix in 2026, which is crazy to say that 2026 is coming up. I'm going to put the link again in the comments so that you guys can check it out for yourselves and you can see all of the events and all of the information for 2025, and then you can get on the email list, resellerremix.com. You can get on, hi Shabby Chic, welcome in. You can get on the email list for next year. Oh, Terry, you're the best. I agree with you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Terry. And we actually have a presentation. So I'm presenting in about 2 hours. And after me is Carrie of American Arbitrage, who has a marketplace here on District. I have to send him a message so that he knows who I am, because I'm not sure if I know who he is here yet. Hi, Shabby Chic. So we are reporting live from the Reseller Remix here in Las Vegas, doing a little lunch break. So I do want to talk really quickly, and I'm going to give them some tags, about our new seller spotlight. So for those of you that don't know, once a month, we invite our new sellers to Vintage Jewelry Addicts to go live for a trade that is called the New Seller Spotlight Trade. And we love this because it gives our new sellers a chance to be introduced to the community, to feel welcomed, to have like a no pressure, just have fun, just get started, jump into the water, live selling opportunity. So that kicks off tonight. Shout out to Jamie of Flippin' Vintiques. She literally, and I'm going to tag her, literally organized this whole thing because I have also been in Vegas preoccupied. And so she has made it happen. So I don't know if she's here, but always thank Jamie for everything that she does to help Vintage Jewelry Addicts. She is the best admin I could possibly have. So let's talk about who is selling tonight. And I'm about to tag her. Kicking us off, it's actually at 5 EST. Oopsie. At 5 EST, I thought it was at 6 EST. 5 EST, we have Cheryl of Shiny Squirrel. I'm going to tag her. She is going to be our first seller. Agreed, Terry. Yes, way to go, Jamie. So Cheryl comes to us. She's in Nebraska, and she is awesome. And she has actually been a new seller with our community for about a month now, and this is her official debut. She sells in other marketplaces, so she sells hard goods as well as jewelry. And I believe that she's going to introduce something very special today. She might be introducing some crafter lots, so craft like jars full of jewelry that can be used for crafting, as well as jars full of jewelry that are just sold as jewelry jars. And so maybe 80% of that is wearable, or 60% of that is wearable, or she can give you guys some sneaky peeks into what's inside. She's going to introduce something that we haven't seen. I believe she is, that we haven't seen here in Vintage Jewelry Addicts, and that is jewelry jars. And I think this is going to be really fun. Who can say no to a jar of jewelry? Like, what's in the jar? It's just so exciting. You pour it out. You're like, what treats are in here? So shout out to Cheryl for introducing that tonight. She reached out to myself and Jamie just to make sure it was okay. You guys can always reach out to us and just be like, hey, is it okay if I do this or if I sell this? We'll obviously be very clear with you. And if it's something that we think is appropriate, we might even, like now, make an announcement that, hey, this is something that we're encouraging you guys to do. So jewelry jars, let's bring more of them to Vintage Jewelry Addicts live sales. Okay, so next up we have Nick behind Garage. Wait, hold on. What is his name? Or what is their name? Let me make sure I got the Garage Thrift. Okay. Nick of Garage Thrift will be selling after Cheryl at 6 EST. So let me tag Nick here. I believe his handle is Garage Thrift. We will see. And so Garage Thrift will be, yep. Is that it? I'm not sure if that's the right handle. Let me see here. Garage Thrift. That might be it. I'm not entirely sure. But Nick, if you are tuning in, let us know what your exact handle is so that I can make sure to tag you. But Nick will go live after Cheryl at 6 p.m. And Nick is actually going to sell until 7:30 because we had an open slot at 7. And at 7:30, Becky of Lucky Duck. Okay, we know Becky because she comes to us from other communities. And she has been very active in other communities. So she will go live with us tonight at 7:30 EST. So Becky of Lucky Duck, we welcome you. The Garage Thrift Jewelry Co. Hi, Noreen. How are you? How are you, my friend? Lucky Duck is here. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Lucky Duck's going to go live. Thank you, Lucky Duck, for I just want to, I know your name is Becky. I just want to call you Lucky. Thank you, Lucky, for being lucky. You get an extra 30 minutes to sell live tonight. Love you as well, Noreen. Love you as well. Speaking of, okay, Noreen and I had to figure out time zones. I know time zones can be so tricky, so don't ever hesitate messaging us and just clarifying time zones. Time zones are very tricky. Now that I'm here in Vegas and I'm having to think EST, I get it. I'm in your shoes, guys. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what's happening? So please do not hesitate reaching out. Okay, so we have 2 more sellers. Okay. Wait, let me make sure. Mickey, hold on, guys. I want to make sure yes, so Becky of Lucky Duck at 7:30, and she's going to sell until 9. And we have Mickey Scott, and Mickey Scott's handle is Mickey Lotus Treasure Find. So let me see if I can tag her so that she can get in on this party. Okay, Mickey Lotus. Let's see if we can find her. There she is. Okay, so Mickey will be live again at 9 p.m. EST, which is 6 p.m. PST. My goodness. Mickey, we welcome you to our community with open arms. And our last seller for tonight's train is Jennifer of Jenny D Designs. And we're going to tag her as well. So Jennifer, she'll be live at 10 p.m. EST. She might want to sell longer. She's our last train. If you're here, Jennifer, you're welcome to do that. We would never tell you to get off because we don't have anyone following you. Let's see, Jenny D Designs founder. There she is. Okay, Jenny D Designs will be our final seller at 10 p.m. EST tonight. So I really encourage you guys, if you could just pop into the new seller spotlight, it means so much just to see a higher number on your live sale. Do you want to say hi, Vicky? Sure. Okay. Are you guys ready to meet one of the co-founders? You may have met her before if you watched any of my Instagram lives, but there she is. That's right. We tried to go live in Vintage Jewelry Addicts, and it didn't work.
Well, you couldn't see me, but I kept replying to everybody.
I bet it was a mystery. Yeah, it was. Can we look at her adorable outfit here? Okay, Heart Laura Ingalls Wadler. I can't say her last name. Heart.
I'm a little house on the prairie today.
Little house on the prairie.
Little Brady core, little cottage core.
We have the peacock. Is this a brooch?
It is. It was one of my followers here brought it for me.
Show them the peacock brooch. We love peacock brooches here in Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Oh my gosh. So, Vicki, tell us really quickly, because I've been talking about Fast Reseller Remix, how can Jewelry Addicts, I I guess, hear about it for next year? What do you recommend that they do?
So I would say go to resellerremix.com. That's our website. There is a way for you to click and join the mailing list. Right. And that's it. We send out notifications once we, book a date and before we're going to do everything. You get everything that way. And we don't spam you. You won't hear from us for about a year, So we just send the email list out so you can get information if we have scheduled an event or we're going to do an event. That's the best way. And the other way is probably follow Boss Reseller Remix on Instagram. That is our most active platform as far as social media.
Awesome. It's been a fantastic conference.
You've been here bell to bell every day, so I'm curious to hear about what you've learned, what you are going to take away.
I know. I need to sit down and journal about it.
Yeah,
because
it's been a lot of stuff. I told you, it's a lot of information. It's like information overload. This is a real seller educational conference. We try to bring people that are the best of the best in whatever field they're doing, that they can help teach other people to be better too. So,
and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and 100%. Building community in general, which you already do. You already do that with your Facebook group, with your selling channels, with your jewelry addicts. Building community is so important in this field that we do because nobody understands it other than other sellers. Yeah, and you need to have that support. We're all doing it working from home for the most part. You're behind a computer. It's a very solitary job. It's a very solitary job. You need community support. So.
You're a lone wolf, but now we have more
friends.
Now we have each other. And Vicky's been instrumental in supporting me and inspiring me to be a better lister.
Yes.
With some of my
you need to list some of your
versus selling it all live. Versus selling it on deal live.
Selling it all cheaply.
Live. Yes.
There's a place for that. Some stuff you should be listing online for sure. And the same thing, I'll talk about this when I introduce Sammy shortly for her speech, but I've said this before and embarrassed her this week, I think a lot, but I've been teaching about vintage and teaching about vintage clothing for a long time, and probably 75 to 85% of what I do with her Sammy, even though she's younger than me. But I learned from following her blogs. Yeah, she's taught me everything. Before I knew who she was as a person, I thought you were a man, first of all, because I just knew Sammy Davis blog.
Yep, Sammy Davis.
And I didn't know that I thought it was a guy or it was a pseudonym. And I followed it for years, and every time I would teach people about vintage, I would always have a reference note. Go to this website. This website will teach you so much. This is where I learned this. This is where I learned that. And then, I don't know, serendipitously, I met her here in Vegas when she was hosting.
2 years ago.
2 years ago when you were hosting the runway show that Mikey Baxton was.
He hopped on earlier. Yeah,
I went to support my friend Mikey at this runway show, and she comes walking out as the MC, and I said, I know her. Oh my God, that's Sammy Davis. And then I had to stand around like a weirdo stalker for an hour while she greeted her fans. So I could go up and introduce myself and say hello. But
Noreen, I tried to promote it as much. I knew there was going to be someone. Okay, I'm going to message you personally so that you can get on the email list because I'll definitely be here next year. I would love a crew of us jewelry addicts to come.
Yeah.
Maybe one of our jewelry addicts could speak on jewelry. Because vintage jewelry has a really good topic. And
not yet.
We can connect in person because that's 2026. 2025 we're building online. 2026 we need some in-person events.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vicki. Thank you so much. Jewelry addicts. Yeah, go run. We're gonna wrap. We just had a great couple of people pop on. And I went over our schedule for tonight. I'm going to go over it really quickly. We could carpool, exactly. Well, I actually flew here, because I'm in Baltimore. But I would say Vegas in March is really nice. It's not hot. It's about 70. It's actually raining a little bit today in Vegas. So it's a great time to come for those of us that just don't want to be stinking hot. It's hosted at the Blind Center of Nevada, which is a nonprofit supporting those who are blind, it's so fantastic. There's going to be a Whatnot show tonight at the very end, which is actually a fundraiser for the Blind Center. So yeah, guys, go check out resellerremix.com. I'm going to put it in the comments again and sign up for the newsletter. And I definitely think that next year we're going to get more of us to this event. Maybe someone here can speak on joy. Jamie And and we will all have a hang here in Las Vegas. And again, many of us are, we're selling more than just jewelry. And so what you learn here and the people you meet, it's just unbelievable. And it reminds you, I mean, even on your lowest days, like you have so much opportunity to be a reseller. There's so many ways to be a reseller and so many ways to build your income. Vintage Jewelry Addicts can be just a small part of that for you if you are a reseller. Jamie's like, I didn't think about speaking. I see you as a speaker. That's great, Noreen. Okay, next year. I'll see you here next year. So again, guys, I'm going to quickly, because we have 14 of us and I should go eat something. I'm going to quickly do the rundown for tonight. Cheryl of Shiny Squirrel. She's going to kick us off very soon at 5 p.m. EST, followed by Nick of Garage Thrift. Nick is going to sell until 7:30. Thank you, Nick. So 90 minutes. Becky of Lucky Duck is going to swoop in there at 7:30. And Mickey of, what was Mickey's handle? I'm so sorry, guys. Mickey Lotus Treasure Finds will be at 9 p.m. And then at 10 p.m. EST, our final seller, that's 7 p.m. PST. So it'll be 7 p.m. my time. Jennifer of Jenny D Designs will be our final seller. So again, the new seller spotlight, I love it. Thank you, Jamie, for organizing everything. Let's all show our support. Let's pop into the live sales. I'll be presenting during the first one, so I won't be able to pop in, but I should pop into the second one. And I'll be flying out on a red eye tonight, guys. So wish me luck. I'll see you tomorrow morning for a founders chat. Well-ish, 12 noon EST. I'm going to sleep a few hours before I go live. So I will announce our weekend live sales tomorrow night. And yeah, thank you guys so much. This has been such a great week. And I come to these conferences also because I gain more insights, and I've met some people that I can interview here with Vintage Jewelry Addicts. I met the founder of Worth Point, for those of you who follow Worth Point or know Worth Point. So I invited him to speak to Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So I'm really excited about scheduling that for you guys. And let's manifest that some of us can come to this conference next year. And it should be in March of 2026. So I might meet some of you guys in person. Thank you, Terry. You are the best. Seriously, you're all the best. And Jamie would be a great speaker. I nominate Jamie to speak about vintage jewelry live selling. Vintage jewelry live selling. We need Jamie here. In fact, I'm going to email Vicky and Katie, the co-founders, and be like, here is for next year. Because Jamie, you're actually paid, so it would pay for your flight. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to get off just so I can eat something. Please have a wonderful day. And hop on. Cheryl will kick us off. Thank you, Cheryl. I didn't see you pop on the live. But Cheryl, we're sending you great energy to kick us off at 5 p.m. EST for today's New Seller Spotlight. All right, Jewelry Addicts, thank you for buying, selling, and collecting with us at VintageJewelryAddicts.com. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys live again tomorrow around 12 noon EST. Bye.